Hello everybody, Jason WS Revolution Cave. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Couple of things to talk about today. We're back to the dailies. I am so recharged and so ready. YouTubely recharged. Sometimes you take a break. We've done that a few times on the channel, maybe more than once, I think. It happens. That's what you have to do. But then you get recharged and you just love stuff again. And I love stuff again. So we're back. First things first. The Nintendo collection, the NES collection. What's the update on that? Well, it's can be yours. That's right. It can be yours. I'm going to sell 95% of my NES games. Why, you say? Well, because I have, I'm going to be entering the emulator world, and I know that is sacrilege, but it's just so tempting because the majority of these games, 95% of these games, I'll never play. I'm not going to play Bugs Bunny Birthday Bash. I'm not going to play Goal, the soccer game. I'm not going to play 95% of these games, so I'm not going to play Solar Jetman. And I'm diving into emulation. So that's what I meant by, hey, let's play some Nintendo, is going to expand into, hey, let's play some Super Nintendo, some Sega Genesis, some Atari, some ColecoVision, some everything, some N64 wrestling, some arcade wrestling games. And I know that that's troublesome because it won't be on the Zenith System 3, but I said I'm selling 95% of the game. We're still going to, the NES games, we're still going to keep a good chunk of fun, playable games that I will revisit. The Nintendo and the games are still a nice display item, so they will stick around. So I'm going to be doing Facebook Marketplace for the sale because eBay is garbage. I hate eBay and I love eBay. I have a horrible love-hate relationship with eBay. I sold this stack of games, 10 games. I sold it at auction and nothing is good. I mean, there's nothing good in here, but if you wanted to knock off games, I figured, $8-10 a piece. And it went to bidding and it ended at like $50.01. And after fees and shipping, I made $30 for a stack of 10 games, $30. And that's just, that's so upsetting. And it hurts to actually send off parts of my collection for $30. So I'm not going to be listing on auction on eBay. I know I've spoken about that in the past. I just don't like it. It's just too risky. So I'm going to be doing lots of 10 common games for $100, $10 per game, and best offer accepted. Best offer is there for a reason. I will accept offers. I'm also going to be putting them on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, because after these sold for $30, I had two people on Marketplace want to pay $100 for all 10 games, and I was like, I put them on eBay. I'm sorry, they're gone. I'll list more. So I just hate eBay. I hate it, and I love it, and I need it, and we need it in our lives. But I hate it so much. Okay. The room update. The couch is not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. There was so much backlash, so much hatred, so much anger. I angered so many people by saying that possibly the couch would be moved out. And people lost their mind. People were hospitalized over it. And so I want to rest all of your minds by saying the couch isn't going anywhere. The coffee table isn't going anywhere. The end tables and the owl lamps aren't going anywhere. Don't worry. We'll figure out a way to properly display G.I. Joe, He-Man, and real Ghostbusters figures without moving the couch. Don't worry. All right. I'm going to shrink a little. There we go. Because, that's not going to work. Hold on. Hold on. Careful. All right. If the camera falls, great. Universal Studios, folks. Universal Studios has come and gone. the Universal Studios family trip has come and gone, and it's okay. We're okay with the fact that it's over. Just like anything that you look forward to all year, you build it up and then it ends. And we were a little depressed on the last day, but such is life. It was a good time. I'd say the best trip out of the three years in a row, despite Liam being sick for a day and a half. Everybody was happy. Everybody was feeling it, and it was a good time. So this time we went to a couple of different places, and I have some items to show you, just 3, no big deal. And only one of them is really applicable to the channel. But this year I went to Hogan's Beach Shop. Now, Hogan's Beach Shop, Hogan has 2 stores. One, I think in Tampa, closer to his home, is actually called Hogan's Beach Shop because I think it's on the beach. This one in Orlando is called Hogan's Wrestling Shop, and it was like 10 minutes from our hotel. And for the last 2 years, I had the idea of going in there, but I didn't actually go in ever, except for this year because Liam was sick and we were going to skip the parks one day while he recovered. And so we needed to go do some stuff. So I stopped at Hogan's Beach Shop, Hogan's Wrestling Shop. And it was empty as far as customers go. At the time, we were the only ones there. There was one employee, and it was interesting. It's all clothing. There's a big ring in the middle of the store, a obviously less than regulation ring with a yellow canvas and yellow and red ropes and I think Hogan turnbuckles. And inside the ring are cardboard cutouts of The Rock, Hogan, Stone Cold, and maybe The Undertaker. I can't remember. And you can actually get into the replica ring for like $30 and take a picture in the ring, which I didn't do. But you can do that at Hogan's Beach Shop. There's also a couple of statues, one of Thunder Lips and one of Hogan doing the pose. Now, the one of Hogan doing the pose has a cloth sign that says Hulkamania Forever or Hulkamania Running Wild. And I think that is the actual sign from a pay-per-view. It's either WrestleMania 3. I think it's WrestleMania 3. There was this massive cloth sign that a fan made, and it hung on the the levels of the arena, how you have like kind of a rim and people hang bigger signs on those. I think Hogan got that from the person, maybe. I don't know. But it hangs in the store, whether it was donated or he signed an autograph for it or whatever. It's the actual sign, which is really cool because it's done on a huge sheet. And if I can find, I have the photo of me posing with Hogan, but if you see the sign, it's from something. It's from WrestleMania 3 or something. So that's there. The Thunder Lips statue, I assume, has the real Thunder Lips cape and hat, and the belt, the Rocky 3 belt is pretty cool. I'll put up a picture of that. So the store is all clothing, and then there's the glass case, of course, with the extremely overpriced Hulk Hogan autographed merchandise. And that's fine. I mean, I'm not criticizing the prices. Yes, I am. But Hogan at Comic-Cons, when I met him in Buffalo, it was like $250 for the package. And the package got an autograph and a photo with Hogan. And then kind of I wouldn't even call it a meet and greet. I don't know. It was weird. It wasn't much of it. But $250 for the Hogan photo and the Hogan autograph. Well, when Hogan slaps his signature on items, that item skyrockets in price, according to Hogan's wrestling shop. So there are signed Jax figures, there are signed Mattel figures, there was a signed Hasbro, a signed Hulk Hogan Hasbro figure for $1,000. And if Hogan charges $200 for an autograph, that means that carded figure alone is $800, which, so it was just weird. Signed belts everywhere. You could buy signed belts for astronomical prices. I mean, $1,250 for a signed belt. And when you watch videos of Hogan's Beach Shop, they're always in the footage. So they never sell, just so you know. They never sell. They just sit there. And Hogan does signings there every week. I don't know what he charges for the meet and greet. I assume it's somewhere around $200, $300 for the autograph and the picture. But anyway, I walked around and look, there were a lot of cool t-shirts. I thought that I wanted the Japanese Hulk Hogan t-shirt that he was wearing, that he actually wore when I met him in Buffalo. I thought I wanted that. It wasn't there. They had like a Japanese Andre the Giant t-shirt. They actually had a Japanese Antonio Inoki t-shirt, but they didn't have the one that I wanted. And then they had your standard Hulk rules and Hulk still rules and NWO, and then he had his line of Christian-based t-shirts. And then there was a shirt that I saw that still had, it really reminded me of 1985, when the WWF started bursting out into the retail market. And here's the crazy thing. It still has the actual WWF logo on it. And I think that this is an actual reprint of a children's t-shirt from 1985. And I bought it for that reason. Take a look at this. Take a look at this shirt. My brain is telling me that this shirt existed in 1985. It's got the 1985 belt, and it's got the actual WWF logo on it. Not the scratch logo, which you don't see, not the retro W that we see. It's the actual. So I bought this, man. I bought it, and I'm going to wear it proudly. So this is the shirt that I bought from Hogan's Beach Shop, and I think it's the most retro shirt that they had, and I love it. I love it. It reminds me of the Rock and Wrestling Connection era. It reminds me of just WWF catalog. It's just so cool. I love it. I love this shirt. So I don't know what's going on with the WWF logo, because you don't see that ever anymore. Okay, so that's the Hogan's pickup. This year we went to Disney Springs for a day, because we had planned it, but it also worked out with Liam being sick that he could take a day off from the parks. And Disney Springs is awesome. Disney Springs is free, with free parking, which does not exist in that entertainment district of Disney and Universal Studios. Free with free parking doesn't exist. So Disney Springs is basically, think of an outlet mall outdoors with restaurants and Disney stuff. So you saw in the video, there was an M&M store, there was a Coca-Cola store, there was a Star Wars store, there was a Marvel store, then there was a shopping district with like Guess and Louis Vuitton and crap like that. Tons of restaurants, and it was cool. It was cool to walk through Disney Springs. So we're doing a little rearranging in the house after Christmas, because Finley's getting a gaming setup, as he calls it. He's playing his PlayStation 5 on a television, which apparently isn't cool anymore. So he needs a desk and a chair and a monitor in order to game properly. So cool. He's getting that for Christmas. So that's going to remodel the living room a little bit. And I took a lot of the indoor stuff that we had, the Karate Kid NECA figures, all my NECA figures that were in the living room are now out in the garage. And so the living room's getting a remodel. So we thought, let's continue the fun of our family. Let's continue the odd decor of childhood and modern kid stuff, and so we were looking for some house items that when we remodel the living room, and in the Star Wars store I got this Mandalorian mask, really cheap for $20. Now they had like a real Mandalorian mask for like $199, but I think this one's all right. So we're gonna set this on the shelf. You can actually wear it. It talks. Where does it talk? It talks, trust me. Where's the little button? What the heck? What's going on? There was a button. It talks. I swear.
No droids. That wasn't part of the deal.
Okay, so it talks, but it's cool. And this was literally $20 at the Star Wars Disney Spring Shop, which again, $20, that doesn't happen at Disney. So we bought it, and it's going to sit proudly on like a sofa table or one of our shelves or one of our tabletop whatevers. Cool. I'm happy with that. $20 Mandalorian mask. Is it as detailed as it could? No, but it's fine. It's fine. So we got that. Then we went to the Marvel shop, and they had a ton of movie replica type stuff that we're going to collect eventually, but they're a little pricey. So the Captain America shield was there for like $299. I can get it on eBay for $99. They had like the Thor hammer and the Thanos hand and all that stuff. So we want that. We want that around the house. Some of these statue type things are extremely expensive. And you know, I was looking at a Friday the 13th one years ago, and it was like $800, and you had to order it, and it was only like this big, and it would come in like a year. They had to make it for you. Like, forget that. That's silly. So I'm looking at items that are replica-ish, but I'm not going to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars for them. So this Mandalorian helmet works just fine for me for $20. Well, they had a little a Christmas sale. They had a little sale, and this was originally $49.99, which again for Disney is inexpensive on its own, but it was 40% off. So I paid something like, I don't know, $30 for this, $29 for this. It is a Tesseract from the whole Marvel franchise. Now it comes in a nice, cool box on its own, but I'm not going to display that. It's here we have the Tesseract, and yes, it's just so it has. Let's see, it lights up with batteries. I think I got to put battery. Yeah, I got to put batteries in it, but it lights up when I put the batteries in it. And yes, it's just a square box, but when it lights up, it glows, and it's very cool. And there's a spot where you can put, if I could get it open, which let's see. Yeah, I can get it open. So it's activated. Let me see if I can do it. By one of the Infinity Stones. And you put the stone inside the Tesseract. And I don't think there's batteries, so I don't think it'll work. But you put the stone inside, and it kind of like ignites the Tesseract. And once it does, with batteries, it glows blue. And I'm going to get like a little stand for it, or a little like a plastic acrylic case with a little stand in it. I'd like it to kind of sit perched And it's going to look cool, right? For like less than $30. I got the Tesseract with an Infinity Stone that when we get the Thanos glove goes in the Thanos glove as well. I'm happy about that. It's not 80s, right? And it's just a blue box. And it's heavy. It's not like, but I'm happy with that. I think that's cool. And it's going to look good in the house. And that's what makes me feel good when I'm here, that the house is not adulty. So we've got the Mandalorian mask, we've got the Tesseract, whatever. And those were my purchases from Disney Springs. My purchases. The kids brought their own money. I think they brought like $250 a piece. And they bought shirts, and Finley is so into like customized stuff. So he bought a Finley hat with like a gaming controller on it from an airbrusher. And so they bought all their cool stuff. And I bought a ton of Christmas presents. And so overall, good time at Universal Studios. And that's that. That's the video for today. Actually, I might do two, depending on how kind of mood I'm in tonight. We need to return to the Power Hour, and there's like 4 batches of questions that I'll answer all tonight in an extended Power Hour. I think I'll do that tonight. Again, if you want to buy a piece of my collection, check the New 80s Revolution on eBay, and I'll be listing batches of 10 games, 10 commons. I'm going to decide what to do with some of the better games, whether I sell them individually or just work with you guys directly. But check the New 80s Revolution on eBay for batches of 10 of my own NES games from my own personal collection, touched by these hands. That's right, folks, touched by these hands. If you want a piece of the collection, get yourself on eBay. Anybody from the channel that buys the package will get a free game tossed in. And don't get excited. It's not going to be like Castlevania. It'll be, Double Dribble or something like that. But I'll toss it in. But let me know in the eBay if you buy the games. Let me know that you're from the channel, and I'll throw in an 11th game. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is all. We'll see you next time. Good night now.